Hey, what's going on? Charles Austin here, and let's be fit forever. So, today I want to do another healthy food, I guess, a healthy food that you probably don't know about, right? I did one the other day, and I talked about black rice, aka purple rice. Hopefully, some of y'all went out and tried that. I still haven't gotten mine. I need to go get it. But today I want to talk to you a little bit about chard. Right? Even when you hear the name of the food, you're like, chard, ugh, I don't know. It sounds dry. It sounds chalky. Maybe not the best. But trust me, it's awesome. So we'll get into that in just a little bit. But as always, before we do, make sure you like this video. Make sure you subscribe to the channel so that you're always up to date with the latest content here on the channel, and turn those notifications on as well. So every time I turn one of these streams on, you'll get a notification so you'll know, oh, it's time to tune in. Don't want to miss out. So much great content here on the channel. And you're going to learn stuff on this channel that probably nobody else is talking about, which is why it makes me the best. All right. Anywho, let's go ahead and dive right on in. I thought I'd start out and show you this nice, beautiful image of some chard right here. That's what it looks like. So the next time you're in the grocery store and you're looking around, hey, maybe pick some of this stuff up, this chard. But what exactly is this chard, right? What is this stuff, right? So, a lot of y'all probably know about leafy greens and leafy vegetables, right? Spinach. What else comes to mind? Lettuce, arugula, stuff like that. That's maybe a little bit more common. But chard isn't one of the ones that gets a lot of pub, right? So it's this dark leafy green, right? Very common in Mediterranean cuisine. I can't talk, right? And lots of times it's in pasta dishes, and sometimes, especially me, sprinkle it on pizza whenever I make that, right? One of the more well-known chards is Swiss chard. So some of the times we go over some of the nutrition stuff here in just a second. It'll be kind of specific to Swiss chard, just because that's kind of one of the most popular ones that's cultivated a little bit more. But there's a lot of different types of chard, right? Again, most commonly is Swiss chard. And again, I'm going to show you all in a second how many different types of chard there are. But lots of times there's kind of these bumpy grooves running on the leaves. And for the most part, both parts are edible if we're talking about the stem and the leaf, right? So that's kind of what chard is. Basically, long story short, y'all, it's just another leafy green. So if you put lettuce on your sandwich or your burger, if you put spinach in your salad, etc., it's just another leafy green, right? So let's go over some of the different types, and there's a bunch of them. All right. So as you can see, there's so many. This particular article here is really talking about 12 different types that you could kind of grow. But we just wanted to go over 12 different types of chard, right? So, where we're at. Oh, so here we go. I'm not going to go over all of these in great super detail or anything like that, but just wanted to explain the variety that's associated with this food here, right? So you got Oriole, right? Named after a bird, right? You got peppermint. Now this one, like it says here, it doesn't really taste like peppermint. It's kind of just because of the way it looks. And as you can see, this is one of the more colorful vegetables that you'll see, right? So you got peppermint chard, Lucillus chard, right? There's another one. This one almost kind of looks a little bit like lettuce, almost. I'm looking at it, it kind of reminds me of like romaine lettuce or something right there when I'm looking at it, right? You got red. Okay, this is kind of one that I see a lot as well. Like if you buy one of those spring mixes where they have all these different types of leafy greens, they kind of normally come in like these little plastic containers. Generally, a lot of times I'll see that red chard. But you also have rainbow, Ford Hook Giant, another one. Again, you got your Swiss chard, which is very like one of the more common ones that we talked about. Perpetual spinach, right? It's not spinach, right? Special variety that tastes and looks more like their spinach cousin. So it's kind of like it, but it's still chard, just another type, right? Bright lights, as you can see, very colorful, very bright. Okay, pink lipstick, another one. Charbel, and then rhubarb supreme. Just again, as you look at the coloration and think about what rhubarb looks like as well when you're looking at this one here. So lots of different types of chard for you to choose from. I think my microphone is a little bit high. Yeah, let's see if that changes it up. I'm getting some feedback here. It says it's a little bit high. Or maybe it's just my deep voice. Oh, I don't know. Anywho, so let's go into some of the benefits real quick of eating chard. And like I told y'all before, some of these links that we're looking at will kind of focus on the Swiss chard versus going over each and every individual one. But trust me, as we always talk about here on the channel, and we're always going over all these different things here, and we're talking about all these plant foods that we can eat and how we want to move towards more of a plant-based diet, eat plants, all that good stuff. 99% of the time, you're going to have amazing benefits no matter the type of vegetable that you're eating, right? So let's go into some of these real quick. One of the things I like to do sometimes here when we're talking about different types of foods is just kind of go over the nutritional content of these foods, right? So like right here, I have the serving size set up on 1 cup. So if you look at it, just a cup, man, that's not a whole lot, right? Just a cup of this chard is going to give you a wide spectrum of different types of nutrients, right? So yeah, you're going to get some calories here in the form. You're going to get some energy in the form of calories. But as we already talked about here on the channel, 99.9%. I try not to do, use the 100% or the guarantee word or any of those times, any of those words, because people say, oh, you said all the time, you said 100%, you guaranteed. So 99.9% of the time when you eat a plant food, you're going to have protein. All right. So again, this notion that you can't get protein from plants, throw that out. You only need to stay with me for a little bit to learn that lesson. All right. But anywho, other things, you're going to get iron, magnesium, right? Potassium, zinc. What else? Vitamin C, okay? Riboflavin, which is a B vitamin, right? Here's another B vitamin, B6, right? Vitamin A, etc., etc. Look, loads of things like lutein and zeaxanthin. These are very good for your eyes, right? So if you're somebody who has vision problems or worried about your eyes getting worse over the years, here we go. Chard, excellent source of lutein and zeaxanthin. I always struggle saying that one. Zeaxanthin, I believe, right? Also, plenty of vitamin A as well. As you can see, it's loaded with vitamin K. That's another vitamin which is important for clotting. So lots of different nutrients in chard, right? So if we look at some of the benefits outside of just the nutritional content, we can see that we're talking about managing diabetes, okay? And obviously we know one of the things that's important with regulating and managing diabetes is making sure that you're getting fiber-rich foods, making sure that your foods aren't super high in artificial and processed sugar, right? So as it says here, chard can help regulate blood sugars in our body. What it does is helps inhibits the activity of a specific enzyme. Alpha glucosidase, right? I always try to practice these, and this means basically that less carbs are going to be broken down and to simple sugars and flow through your bloodstream, right? So what we don't want, if we're somebody who might be type 2 diabetic, is we don't want an excess of simple sugars flowing through our bloodstream. So as we can see here, chard helps provide some benefits there, right? So as we move on, bone health, all right? So again, I just did another video in my Dairy is Death series just yesterday. So check that out. There's a playlist. I got 3 videos in there, more to come when we talk about the dangers of eating dairy and consuming dairy products. And one of the things we talked about was calcium and how we lose calcium because dairy products acidify our bodies and make our body buffer it out with calcium, right? So anyway, long story short, if you're somebody who maybe, hey, you're suffering from low bone density, you may be suffering from osteoporosis, or maybe you are, approaching that level. Here we go. Maybe start thinking about adding some more chard to your diet, okay? So lots of calcium in those leaves, as it says there, which can be a major boost for bone health, right? Now this one's very interesting here. Brain booster, as we know, our brain is doing something all the time, all right? From birth to death, your brain is like literally one of the most, if not the most active organ that you have in your entire body, right? So anytime we can help boost our brain, awesome, right? So again, Swiss chard is a valuable source of potassium and vitamin K. We already went over some of the nutrients there before. And both of these are found in significant amounts in the brain. And those are important parts for your cognitive development and, boosting your abilities, the abilities of your brain, right? So again, many good benefits, right? Blood circulation as well. We'll talk about that here in just a second on this next page. Blood pressure, right? Heart health. We know for a fact, and if you've watched any of my videos, I pretty much mention it every single time because I really want everybody to understand that the number one killer of humans on planet Earth is heart disease. So anything that we can do to help reduce our risk for heart disease, we should be doing it. So as we can see, anti-inflammatory and phytonutrient antioxidants, right? Anytime you see this word like phytonutrient or like phytochemical, we're talking about the colorations and things that we get in our fruits and vegetables. That's why they talk about dark fruits and vegetables or bright colors, and you want to have different variety of colors because those phytonutrients vary depending on if you got blueberries or like this bright orange bell pepper, etc. Right? So a lot of those things can help reduce your blood pressure, reduce stress on the cardiovascular system. So it's good to make sure we have anti-inflammation foods compared to those inflammatory foods which strain your cardiovascular system, right? We're talking about eye health, right? We're talking about healthy hair, right? Significant sources of biotin, which is a compound linked to healthy hair. So if you're somebody who suffers from any thinning hair loss, things like that, maybe try more chard in your diet, right? And of course, just like literally every plant food, right? Again, I'll go ahead and say 99.9%, even though it's probably more like 100, but 99.9% of all plant foods that you're going to eat, and we're really talking about those fruits and vegetables for the most part, y'all. But a lot of those legumes and beans and nuts, they have similar properties, but mainly these fruits and vegetables, they're going to have anti-cancer properties, right? So again, we know that cancer is one of those diseases, illnesses that is preventable. The vast majority of cancers are preventable, and the things that we do each and every day can either increase our chances of suffering from cancer or can reduce our risk from suffering from cancer, right? So again, many anti-cancer properties due to the high amounts of antioxidants. We already kind of talked about that before, but if you're new to the channel, antioxidants are basically chemicals that keep your cells healthy, right? So when cancer starts developing inside the body, it's basically a cell or cells doing something and mutating, changing, growing, and doing something they're not supposed to do. So if you want to keep your cells healthy, you want to have plenty of antioxidants in your daily life, right? Another benefit real quick I wanted to talk about, I said I was going to talk about blood flow in just a second. Athletic performance, right? So you've probably heard that beets and beet powder and all this good stuff about beets before you should exercise, or if you're somebody who has high blood pressure, maybe think about beets and things of that nature. And it's for the same reasons that you should consume beets that you can consume chard. Spinach is just like that as well, right? And it's because of these dietary nitrates, right? And one of the things that these do is they help oxygenate, they help dilate your blood vessels, basically to help improve blood flow inside of your body, right? So again, here's a study where in one study, beetroot juice, look, literally just talked about that one, right? Improved performance by 2.8%. over 11 seconds in a 4-kilometer bicycle time trial, right? So this particular study didn't specifically use chard in their study, but what they are trying to simulate is the fact that, as we see here, Swiss chard has a similar nitrate content to beetroot. So what they're saying is, hey, if you get about the same amount of nitrates in your diet, you can have an increase in your performance in exercise, right? So again, another review here suggests that additional intake of nitrate probably has little or no, especially no effect on exercise performance. And this is in trained athletes, right? So if you're somebody who is superiorly trained already, maybe you're not going to see the biggest boost in performance. But for all of us regular folk, or even for the folks that are starting out, maybe you're struggling to get to like that next level, definitely something to think about with increasing your blood flow, with increasing your athletic performance, to give chard a try, right? So anywho, last little bit, y'all, before we wrap up. I'm going to do a quick one today, see if we got any Q&A before we wrap up. Just wanted to kind of give you some recipes that I was able to find and wanted to share those with y'all. Some easy ways. So if you say, well, wait a minute, we got this wonderfully beautiful this chard, right? How do I cook this thing? You know, how does it taste, et cetera, right? Chard isn't, I'll be honest with y'all, chard isn't like my favorite, isn't my favorite leafy green. But there are plenty of ways to hide it, right? It's kind of like kale. If you get fresh kale, it can have a flavor that it may not be the greatest at times. But there's ways to kind of mix it in and get it into your diet. Like I said, I like to put it on pizza. I like to throw it into a smoothie and things like that, right? So we got minestrone soup, right? So you can chop up some kale, mix it into your soup, right? You have smoothies, right? I just talked about that. So that's one of the things you can do. I love the ease of throwing leafy greens into smoothies, right? I'm somebody who has a smoothie six times a week, right? That's literally like the first thing I have every day, right? And normally that's the time where I can throw any type of vegetable that I don't normally just eat, like if I'm cooking throughout the day or something like that. Just throw them in the blender with a lot of different fruits to kind of mask. I like to throw carrots in my smoothie too, right? So anything you can do to throw extra vegetables, specifically chard, excellent, right? Vegetable salads, right? You can make pasta. So this is another example, right? So if you're boiling your pasta, right? You're making your sauce, chop up your bell peppers, chop up your mushrooms, chop up your onions, whatever it is you like to put, your zucchini, your squash, whatever it is you like to put in your pasta sauce, right? And now on top of that, throw in some chard, mix all of that together, and now you can eat it with some pasta. Super easy. You're not even going to notice it, right? And here's another soup recipe. So again, as always, it's easy for you folks to go out there and you can just do a simple search online and say, hey, recipes with kale, right? Simple to do. But I thought I'd throw you some ideas real quick to kind of take the guesswork out of it, because I think really smoothies is the easiest way. Smoothies and spaghetti pasta, those are two things that I do a lot when I'm trying to throw in leafy greens. I throw all kind of leafy greens. I buy mixed bags of leafy greens. I don't even know what kind of greens is in there. I don't care. I know they're good for me. I put my hand in, I grab it, I throw it in. That's all you need to do. That's pretty much it, y'all. So, again, I try to cover these foods that you probably don't know about too much just because they're not mainstream. Everybody knows about carrots. Everybody knows about carrots, and they know about spinach and kale and all that stuff. But, hey, chard kind of gets thrown on the back burner. I did want to make sure I let y'all know again that my raffle drawing is coming up on July 1st. So if you don't have an entry, the time is running out. So it's simple. You go to the website, fitnesscharles.com/fitforeverfamily, or if you just go to the website, it pops up immediately. You can enter the raffle right here. Single, double, triple entry, whatever works best for you. And some folks have been asking me, well, what is this raffle for? What am I getting, right? Well, this is the ticket to my 12-week transformation experience. So if you're looking to lose 10, 12, 15 pounds, 20 pounds, whatever it is, and you say, hey, I would love to lose that weight in 12 weeks, and like I say here, and learn the skills to be fit forever. That's what I'm raffling off, right? So, I don't want to go over this every single time I do a stream, but what is included in that 12-week transformation experience, right? Instructions to design nutrition plans, progressive exercise program, and this is really like my golden egg, if you will, my shining star of the entire experience. It's the 14-part transformation education series, and inside that series, we cover it all, right? We talk about reading nutrition labels. We talk about how you should shop for groceries. We talk about the psychology of body transformation and body image. We talk about the specifics of exercise and how it works and how it should feel. We explain how weight loss works, all these different things. So it's a 14-part series. That's really, like I said, my golden egg. So, that's what you're getting as well. Access to support groups, right? So that way people that are just like you going through the experience, access to me as well. If you have questions, all that stuff, recipe guides, favorite smoothies, blueprint for smoothies, etc., right? So again, go to the website. Y'all can check out all the details. You can always shoot me a question if you have a question regarding that. So again, it's very simple. All you do is click enter the raffle. Bam, there's the entry choices. You pick whatever you like. And then there's ways for you to get free entries as well upon your first raffle purchase, right? So anywho, so that's that. Last little bit also, I'm going to be doing a free nutrition and weight loss workshop coming up this weekend. I'm getting ready to get those details sent out for everybody who has already shown interest and for anybody else. So there's still some spots left. Make sure I'll get the link out here in just a little bit by tomorrow, I plan. If not tomorrow, hopefully Friday. Anyway, get that link out. We'll start that up Saturday, right? For the free workshop. So, quiet day. No Q&A today. Let me check my phone here. I got nothing today. So again, we do these streams every Monday and Wednesday at 6 p.m. Central Time, and then also Saturdays at 1 p.m. Central Time as well. Always, dropping a new topic here each and every day. All right. Don't forget to make sure that you subscribe to the channel, like this video, turn your notifications on so you're always up to date with the latest content. Follow me on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter at Fitness Charles. You can literally see it all right here. All you got to do is click right there on the website, right? Anywho, I will see y'all on Saturday at 1 p.m. Central Time. Until then, make sure y'all stay happy, stay healthy.